Forget everything you think you know about warfare. The battlefield is no longer defined by lines in the sand or sheer numbers. It's defined by technology and dominance. We are in a new era. An era where a single soldier can carry the weight of an entire anti-tank platoon. An era where you can engage a target without ever exposing yourself to the threat. Where massive firepower can be delivered and vanish before the enemy even hears the bang. This is not theory. This is the future of warfare. And the weapons are here right now. Today we are locking onto 4 systems that have already redefined combat doctrine. We start with the ultimate infantry equalizer, the FGM-148 Javelin. How does this weapon guarantee a kill against almost any armor, and why do troops call it fire and forget perfection? Let's dive into the technology. History for decades, anti-tank warfare demanded an unacceptable sacrifice. To engage heavy armor with early guided missiles, the infantry soldier was forced to do one thing: stay put. They had to remain locked in position, aiming and guiding the projectile until impact. This made the operator a stationary target, and in combat, being stationary is a death sentence. This outdated doctrine cost lives and limited tactical flexibility. That reality is why the FGM-148 Javelin was created. This system is not merely an improvement, it is a radical re-engineering of the mission itself. Born out of necessity and developed at Redstone Arsenal, USA, the Javelin was designed to eliminate the need for the operator to guide the missile. The core requirement was simple: deliver overwhelming anti-armor power while simultaneously ensuring shooter survivability. It had to be lightweight and highly portable. This is key. The Javelin system allows a single soldier to carry the devastating capability to destroy a multi-million-dollar main battle tank, transforming the lone grunt into an autonomous tank hunter. The Javelin was engineered for one reason: to guarantee that the soldier survives the engagement. It changes the equation from one shot, high risk to one shot. Guaranteed kill, guaranteed escape. This philosophy immediately increased the effectiveness and confidence of every unit it was issued to. This was the paradigm shift the modern infantry had been waiting for. The Javelin is devastating not because of its size, but because of its intelligence. It is a system built around a fundamental concept: information dominance. The key to this dominance is the Command Launch Unit, or CLU, the operator's thermal eye. The CLU is the operator's sophisticated computer interface. This isn't just a scope, it's a high-resolution thermal imaging system. It gives the soldier the power to see the battlefield with absolute clarity, day or night, through smoke, dust, or light fog. Every object emits a heat signature, and the CLU processes that data, allowing the operator to acquire, track, and identify the target before anyone else. This unit performs complex calculations. It compensates for atmospheric drift, target movement, and distance, all in real time. Once the operator identifies the target, they activate the seeker head. The missile's seeker uses its own sophisticated infrared sensor to memorize the target's unique thermal fingerprint. It locks on. The system confirms the lock, and the operator knows. The missile is now smarter than the man firing it. Exploiting the critical vulnerability. The Javelin's greatest weapon is its geometry of attack. Unlike older anti-tank systems that rely on a direct horizontal trajectory to hit the thickest frontal armor, the Javelin exploits the critical vulnerability of every modern battle tank: the roof. When launched, the Javelin executes a lofted trajectory. It uses its onboard guidance system to pitch up, climbing high into the air. reaching altitudes of up to 150 meters. It is designed to navigate above the battlefield and then look down. At the optimal moment, it engages a sharp dive, plummeting directly onto the target's turret or engine compartment. Why is this a guaranteed kill? Physics. Tank designers concentrate their thickest, most complex armor packages on the front and sides. The roof, however, is covered by relatively thin armor because it is rarely expected to face a direct, high-velocity strike. Hitting this spot with the Javelin's tandem warhead ensures maximum penetration and a catastrophic, mission-ending kill. The tank is effectively taken off the board immediately. This is a surgical strike, engineered to bypass the toughest defenses and exploit the enemy's soft spot. It proves that in modern warfare, precision and intelligence are exponentially more effective than brute force. The Javelin doesn't just shoot, it thinks. Tactical superiority, experience, and results. The Javelin's design principles, portability, and intelligence would mean nothing without proof. The true measure of any weapon is its performance in the field, and the Javelin delivered. Its first major operational use came during the invasion of Iraq in 2003. The Northern Iraq operation became the ultimate proving ground for this system. In the face of heavy, entrenched armor, the Javelin demonstrated an unprecedented effectiveness. Tanks that were previously deemed invulnerable were systematically taken off the board. The experience of the first users, those soldiers who faced the enemy armor head-on, confirmed that the combination of top attack and thermal guidance meant a decisive victory in every engagement. It instantly became the gold standard for anti-tank warfare. This operational experience cemented the Javelin's reputation as a weapon that simply does not fail to achieve a catastrophic kill when properly employed. The most revolutionary tactical advantage is built into its DNA. Fire and forget. Once the missile is launched and the seeker head locks on, the operator's mission with the weapon is complete. They do not guide it, they do not track it. The missile is autonomous. This feature fundamentally alters the soldier's role. Instead of being chained to the system, the soldier can immediately reposition, reload, or engage secondary targets. They become instantly mobile again. This lack of required guidance dramatically increases the operational tempo of the infantry unit, guaranteeing shooter survivability. This is more than just an efficiency upgrade. It is a matter of life and death. Older systems, which required the operator to remain static, suffered from high rates of counterfire. The Javelin's design completely mitigates this threat. The shooter survivability rate skyrockets because the soldier can be gone from the launch point before the enemy even registers where the fire came from. In an era where battlefield information is instantly processed, the ability to vanish after delivering a knockout blow is the ultimate tactical superiority. The Javelin is battle-proven. It is effective, and it has permanently redefined the power of the infantry soldier. The modern battlefield is no longer an open field. It is the urban labyrinth. Close quarters battle, or CQB, is a brutal, unforgiving reality where the greatest danger is often the simplest architectural feature: the corner. For decades, military and law enforcement doctrine required one absolute truth. To identify and engage a threat lurking behind cover, you had to expose yourself. This action, the crucial moment of peeking and engaging, is historically the most lethal element of clearing a hostile environment. It is the moment the defender waits for. This unacceptable vulnerability was the driving force behind the creation of the CornerShot. It was an invention born not out of endless government contracts, but out of the raw, practical experience of men who lived and fought in dense, hostile spaces. The concept was pioneered in Israel, a nation constantly engaged in urban counterterrorism operations. The mind behind the system is veteran security officer Amos Golan. Golan understood the cost of that exposure. His core insight was revolutionary in its simplicity. You should never have to risk the body to acquire the target. The mission was clear, like create a weapon system that could operate outside the soldier's physical line of sight, reducing the vulnerability of specialized units to near zero. CornerShot is the result of that imperative, a definitive solution to the deadliest problem in urban warfare. Technology and the swiveling platform CornerShot is not a new weapon. It is a radical re-engineering of the shooter weapon interface. At its core, it's a sophisticated articulated hinge and camera system that takes the operator's standard issue sidearm, a pistol like a Glock or a Sig Sauer, or even a specialized submachine gun, and mounts it onto a swiveling forward platform. The system is housed within a lightweight, durable frame. The gun itself is positioned on the front section, capable of pivoting up to 60 degrees left or right from the central frame. The operator controls the weapon from the rear section, which includes the fixed stock and the trigger mechanism. The firing action is transferred from the operator's trigger grip through the body of the system to the mounted sidearm. The real genius of CornerShot, however, is not the mechanical hinge. It is the visual dominance it provides. Mounted directly above the barrel is a high-resolution digital camera, typically coupled with a powerful tactical light and a precision laser sight. The video feed from this camera is transmitted in real time to a small, high-definition color monitor positioned directly in front of the operator's eye line. This visual system gives the operator the unprecedented ability to see the kill zone, acquire the target, and lock on without exposing anything but the system's small camera and muzzle. The system effectively grants the operator tactical X-ray vision around any corner, wall, or vehicle. This is an information advantage that is truly game-changing. The enemy cannot engage a target they cannot see, and the CornerShot ensures that the only thing entering the hostile field of view is the weapon itself. Versatility and tactical dominance. CornerShot is defined by its versatility. It's not a single-function tool, it's a modular platform designed to adapt to any mission profile. The system can quickly accept almost any standard military or police pistol, which means training time is minimized as operators are already familiar with the weapon's feel and manual of arms. The obsolescence of stationary firepower. Artillery has always been defined by its sheer brute force. It is the king of the battlefield, capable of delivering devastation from miles away. But the power of traditional artillery came with a critical, life-threatening flaw: immobility. Slow to load, slow to move, and slow to react, these older systems became easy targets for sophisticated counter-battery fire. In modern warfare, where targets are tracked digitally, being slow means being destroyed. That tactical compromise is now obsolete. This is the Panzerhaubitze 2000, or PZH 2000. It is a system engineered for the 21st century, a perfect synergy of mobility, automation, and speed. This self-propelled howitzer weighs in at a colossal 55 tons, making it a giant among field artillery. However, its mass is deceptive. Powered by a high-output engine, the PZH 2000 can move this entire armored fortress at speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour. This extreme mobility is the first pillar of its dominance. It combines the hitting power of a heavy cannon with the battlefield agility of a main battle tank. This is artillery designed to fight and survive in a highly dynamic, digital environment. The automated engine of destruction. The PZH 2000 carries an impressive internal combat load, 60 projectiles and over 200 charge modules, allowing it to sustain intense firing missions without immediate resupply. But the speed of fire is not dependent on human strength. It's dependent on its automated brain. The crew operates a highly sophisticated automatic loading system. This system handles the entire complex process, from selecting the shell type and the propellant charge to loading the massive projectile into the breech with blinding speed and precision. This automation drastically reduces crew workload, virtually eliminates the risk of human error, and allows the system to sustain an astonishing rate of fire, 10 to 12 rounds per minute in a sustained mission. In modern conflict, the ability to fire faster than the enemy can locate you is the ultimate definition of survival. While highly automated, the work inside the PZH-2000 remains incredibly dangerous. The complexity of handling large, high-explosive shells and volatile propellant charges means that technical failure or simple misstep carries the risk of a catastrophic internal explosion. The crew must operate with absolute precision and speed, constantly pushing the system to its mechanical limits. The sheer heat and pressure generated by the rapid firing cycle are enormous, making the environment a testament to the crew's training and focus. The MRSI strike, defying physics. The true strategic brilliance of the PZH-2000 is its signature tactical feature, multiple round simultaneous impact, or MRSI. This is a system that literally defies the laws of physics as artillery traditionally understood them. The PZH-2000 is capable of firing up to 5 separate shells at a single target. Crucially, each of those 5 shells is fired using a different propellant charge and a unique elevation angle. This means each projectile travels along a separate ballistic path, taking a different amount of time to reach its destination. The system's advanced digital fire control computer performs instantaneous calculations to ensure that all 5 shells land on the target at the exact same moment. Imagine the effect. A target receives an overwhelming simultaneous salvo of 5 high-explosive shells. This is not harassment. This is a mission-ending strike that offers the enemy zero time for defense, evasion, or cover. The strike is devastatingly accurate and psychologically paralyzing. This capability transforms the PZH-2000 from a simple cannon into a precision blitz weapon. Tactical superiority, shoot and scoot. The ultimate counter to the traditional threat of counter-battery fire is the doctrine of shoot and scoot. The PZH-2000 was designed specifically to execute this maneuver with brutal efficiency. The system's operational sequence is devastatingly rapid. Stop. The crew receives coordinates and the digital system locks on. Fire. The automatic loader unleashes the full 5-round MRSI salvo and move. The entire process, from stopping to being fully mobile again, can be completed in well under 90 seconds. For decades, air superiority was dictated by brute force, speed, altitude, and sheer numbers. Fighter jets were weapon systems that operated based on what their pilot could see and what their radar could capture. That era of air combat is officially over. The 5th generation of fighter technology is not merely an evolution. It is a revolution in stealth, sensor fusion, and digital warfare. This is the Joint Strike Fighter, the F-35. It is the most expensive, most scrutinized, and arguably the most capable fighter jet ever built. A machine designed not just to avoid detection, but to be the absolute commander of the digital battle space. The path to the F-35 was forged by its pioneering predecessors. It starts with the concept of stealth, a tactical imperative proven by the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first operational stealth attack aircraft. Its angular, almost alien design proved that radar invisibility was a devastating reality. This was followed by the colossal B-2 Spirit, a flying wing bomber that could penetrate the most sophisticated air defenses without ever leaving a radar footprint. These stealth platforms solidified their doctrine by taking out crucial, high-value targets, key command posts, and critical infrastructure in conflicts across the globe, from Afghanistan to Iraq. Their success established the singular truth that to dominate the air, you must first become invisible. The F-35 takes that stealth capability and fuses it with the speed, agility, and lethality of a supersonic fighter jet. The mission assigned to the conceptual engineers of the Joint Strike Fighter program was unprecedented: to create a single common platform that could be adapted into 3 distinct versions for the varied and often conflicting requirements of the United States Air Force, Navy, and Marine Corps. The engineers who led this visionary effort, minds like Paul Park, Mark Cousins, and Chris Ashworth, tackled what many considered an impossible challenge. They successfully managed to design a machine where all 3 variants, the conventional F-35A, the carrier-specific F-35Z, and the vertical F-35B, share up to 80% common parts. This standardization is a massive strategic advantage, simplifying logistics, maintenance, and training across the entire Department of Defense. This unified approach is not just cost-effective, it represents the future of multinational military interoperability. The most daunting and technologically complex mandate was the development of the short takeoff and vertical landing capability for the F-35B variant, crucial for the U.S. Marine Corps and the Royal Navy. The older AV-8B Harrier, while a historical success, had a lift system that was simply not powerful enough to handle the weight, payload, and supersonic demands of a 5th-generation fighter. The solution was the revolutionary Rolls-Royce lift system, a true masterpiece of high-powered density engineering. This integrated system includes the massive F-135 turbofan engine, which has a rear nozzle that can swivel 90 degrees downward, redirecting the primary thrust. But the crucial innovation is the large counter-rotating lift fan located behind the cockpit. This fan, driven by a shaft connected directly to the main engine, directs a massive column of cool air downward, providing vital forward lift. Small vectoring nozzles called roll posts are strategically placed in the wings to provide essential lateral stability and control during the crucial hover phase. This ingenious integration provides an incredible 40,000 pounds of vertical thrust, a feat of power density that allows this heavy supersonic machine to hover and land with surgical precision, transforming it from a fighter jet into a stealth helicopter in seconds. The F-35 is engineered for 2 primary attributes: speed and stealth. It is a supersonic fighter, easily capable of achieving and sustaining speeds well over Mach 1.6. That is more than twice the speed of sound. But its true survival mechanism is its invisibility. The F-35 achieves its unprecedented stealth through a singular design commitment. All external threats must be eliminated. On conventional aircraft, weapons, missiles, and external fuel tanks are mounted outside on hardpoints. These external mounts dramatically increase the aircraft's radar cross-section, RCS, making it easily visible to enemy radar, and they create massive aerodynamic drag. Drag significantly reduces the aircraft's range and maximum speed. The F-35 solves this by carrying all of its primary, lethal payload internally within dedicated weapon bays. It carries the most lethal air-to-surface weapons available, giving it overwhelming firepower capability. This commitment to internal carriage does not compromise its ability to strike. It enables it. The weight of the F-35's internal payload and fuel capacity is a carefully guarded secret, but it is capable of dominating the air-to-ground mission, easily destroying protected command posts and strategic targets. Similarly, the F-35 carries all its fuel internally, eliminating the need for bulky external fuel tanks. This maintains its perfect stealth profile, reduces drag, and significantly increases its combat radius and time on target. The combination of low observability and speed allows the F-35 to penetrate the most heavily defended airspace without warning. The most radical aspect of the F-35 is not its airframe or its engine, but the information system that connects the aircraft to the pilot. This fighter is not just flown, it is commanded through an unprecedented digital interface. The aircraft is a massive array of sensors, constantly receiving and synthesizing data from friendly aircraft, ground troops, and enemy sources. The aircraft instantly identifies, tracks, and ranks threats, presenting the pilot with a clean, clear tactical picture. The pilot's role is no longer fighting the plane, it's managing the battlefield as a whole. The centerpiece of this integration is the Helmet-Mounted Display System, HMDS, a helmet of the newest generation that has replaced the traditional head-up display, HUD. All crucial information, airspeed, altitude, targeting data, threat warnings, is projected directly onto the pilot's visor. The most revolutionary element of this system is the Distributed Aperture System, DAS. The F-35 is ringed by 6 infrared cameras strategically placed around the fuselage. These cameras capture a seamless 360-degree spherical video image of the world outside the jet. This image is streamed directly to the pilot's helmet. If the pilot looks down at the floor of the cockpit, they do not see their feet. They see the ground directly beneath the aircraft. The plane is literally transparent to the pilot. The DAS effectively gives the pilot godlike situational awareness, allowing them to instantly see threats and targets without ever having to turn the aircraft. Due to the extreme complex demands of the F-35 flight environment, especially the high-G maneuvers and the complexities of the STOVL operations, pilots are trained to the physical limits of human endurance. They are required to study specialized breathing techniques. These techniques are critical for managing blood flow and oxygenation during high-stress flight, ensuring the pilot maintains consciousness during high-G turns. To fly this machine, the human body must be trained to the level of the machine itself. Mastering the F-35 requires more than just time in the air. The aircraft's complexity is such that a specialized high-fidelity simulator is a cornerstone of the training program. This immersive, data-driven training ensures the pilot is ready for anything the true battlefield can throw at them, allowing the aircraft's combat capability to be maximized from day one. This unrivaled capability, the ultimate fusion of man, machine, and information, comes with an equally unrivaled price tag. The total projected cost of the Joint Strike Fighter program is estimated to be around $200 billion. This staggering figure represents the cost of achieving absolute air dominance in the high-tech world. The F-35 is not just an investment in a fighter jet, it is an investment in information, stealth, and overwhelming tactical superiority, the necessary expensive currency of future warfare. We have dissected the systems that define the modern fight. The surgical infantry strike, the precision of urban engagement, the vanishing artillery salvo, and the invisible command of the sky. These machines represent billions of dollars and decades of relentless engineering. Their true purpose is not merely to destroy, it is to deter. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Your support allows us to continue creating documentaries every week. For more military knowledge and documentaries, subscribe to our channel.